Dear boomers, today I am going to be talking about quantum healing and endless energy. Often we don't realize we have the energy that is available to us at all times because we don't believe that it is available to us at all times. This material I'm about to talk to you about was originated by Jean Houston, who is amazing with her insights on the quantum potential that is available to all of us. The more we work together to feel the quantum fields in our lives and in your life, my life, everybody's life, we get to grow our minds and spirits to the place where we can access and enjoy the gifts and the powers that arise from our conscious connection with consciousness itself, to live happily and healthily, and we live in this realm where a new understanding of the nature of reality, which is called quantum identity and the quantum mind. The world we see is just the tip of the iceberg of the deeper universe with its vast energy and its comprehensive intelligence. At the deepest level, the energy dynamics are so enormous that the energy levels in a small cubic centimeter, which is about the size of a sugar cube, contains an approximate energy density mass of 10 to 10.94 grams. That's 10 with 4 zeros following it. That's 39 orders of magnitude more mass energy than the entire known universe. Now, with your fingers, carve out the space in front of you to represent the sugar cube dimensions of a cubic centimeter. Now peer into it and realize that the energy within it exceeds the magnitude of the energy level of the entire universe. All of that energy that is available to us, and we get tired. Come on, we can just change our whole perspective and work from that energy that is available to us all. So the secret lies in the transmutation of cosmic energy into human use. We are, after all, energy bodies, and therefore have a natural, if little used, access to the filling stations of infinite energy that surrounds us, lies within us, and is always available. Now, once this is totally understood, probably through experience, by working with these energies, it makes sense. It's a living metaphor for your life, and it almost always has an excess of energy to draw upon. Recently, a teenager asked Jean Houston, "You are like four times older than I am, and like you have so much more energy. So what's going on?" And she said, "It has to do with the cubic centimeter." I'm sure he had no idea what she was talking about. There are times when you are open, even flooded with universal energy. Perhaps it's nature standing under a tree, a great tree, or being on a beach before the sparkling ocean, watching the eternal moment that is always there for us to access. Emotion of the tides, or lying underneath the stars at night. There are also times of visiting sacred sites where generations of people have experienced the mystery of spirituality. So energy, somehow, these feelings continue after we leave those spaces of great power. There is actually a power spot near here, maybe about an hour and a half away. And really, everything's a power spot. Everything is there for us to use. But this place is called the Grotto of Lourdes, which is near Emmitsburg, Maryland. And has been there for many, many years, but now it's been sort of built up with gift shops where you can buy little replicas of Mother Mary. But on the way in, you see this great golden statue of a huge statue of Mother Mary, completely golden. The sun bounces off of it on a bright and sunny day, and it gives us, oh my God, you see it, and it just basically moves you so much. So that is called the Grotto of Lourdes, and it has stones from Lourdes, France, embedded in the walls of one of the sanctuaries, and it also has a well where tremendous, they call it water that is healing, the holy water. So people go in with their jugs of water, they fill them up, and then in fact, I did that for my sick dog Ulysses at the time. He loved to go to the Grotto of Lourdes, and I have a picture of all these children coming and surrounding him, and little did they know that they were sending him healing energy. So the place is magnificent, and I actually interviewed the head of the place at the time. He's no longer there, and I interviewed him, and it was an amazing interview. He said, "Do dogs go to heaven?" And he asked this of a priest, because the place is very Catholic. And the priest said, "No, no, no, they don't." And my friend said, "Whoa, you are wrong, buddy." So there are many, and there are times of extraordinary periods of happiness when the things that are holding us back have vanished, and one feels to oneself to be immersed in a shining field of vitality. One may even feel dissolved with this energy, no longer knowing or caring where one leaves off and another one begins. So you and your energy are one. Certainly, experiences of being in love can bring in that kind of tone, but the pure love that was described by John Mears recently in one of my videos, he lost his daughter, and she began to whisper to him messages that she called pure love, which is something that is not experienced very much by humans on this planet, because pure love is love that is eternal love, immortal love. And so many times we have conditions placed on the love of the people we love, or maybe we don't really love them. If we can't love somebody unconditionally, the question is, are we really loving them at all? So when people are nursing their babies, they get into that space of pure bliss and having a moment of creative insight and being in the zone at an athletic event, or finding oneself in a rare state wherein one is the knower and the knowledge and the unknown and the singer, the singing of the song, or even the dancer, the dancing in the dance. We are all one. Everything that you do can be put into your heart as you go about your day, as you go about your creative projects, and it can be a mystical experience in which all categories and separations disappear. There is only one. It is all one. There is no duality. When we experience these things, we are in the quantum field. It is the experience of one taste. One of the most potent contributions to humankind concerning energy comes from the founder of the martial art of Aikido. It's translated from the Japanese. Aikido means the way of harmony, of life energy, the way to do with harmony, and the energy of ki. Some of her students, Jean Houston's students were practitioners and teachers of Aikido, which they described as the martial art of blending energy so that the opponent is not hurt, but grows in the process, and its practices leading to a refinement of body and mind, and a joining of the vital energies of the body and of the cosmos. So, I'm sure practitioners of spirituality, if you're watching this, remember the story that is often told in different spiritual realms where a gentleman was or imagined himself to be a expert in Aikido. He imagined himself to be. He had an ego that told him he was an expert. So he got onto a bus, and there was a woman that was being harassed by a drunken man who was not in his right mind, and he was very nasty and to the woman. So this guy who entered the bus thought he would be the hero, and he started to put forth negative energy that he was going to practice Aikido on this man in a negative, violent fashion. When all of a sudden there was a voice that said, "Hey," and it was an older man, a spiritual man, deeply, deeply rooted in his own energy and his power. He came over to the man who was harassing the woman, and he sat down. He said, "Tell me what is on your mind." And the man started to weep, and he put his head on the lap of this older man, and he started telling he had lost his wife, and he lost his job, he has no money, and he's homeless, and he went on like that. And the guy who went on the bus hoping to settle scores with a little bit of violent Aikido, which really does not exist, he said to himself, that is what Aikido is. He saw it in action. It is not martial arts in the way that the Americans and the West think of that. It was a peaceful transfer of power. That's what it is. So, you can realize that if you can tap into that power, you will have infinite energy. That's really the way it goes. It's just the way it works. And the heart of Aikido is sometimes called the 1 point or the Tantien in Chinese energy systems. It can be accessed by the cleansing breath. And it's also known as the hara. Sorry about that. It's also known as the hara. She explains that this is the 1 point of our physical energetic existence in space and time. It is a place where the universal energy connects with our one human energy field. And the way you teach it is by diaphragmatic breathing. There is the energy point called the Tantien right underneath the navel. And you sit up straight and you breathe. As you breathe in, you have an expansion of your diaphragm and your lower abdomen. It expands outward. The diaphragm lifts up. And as you exhale, you bring your belly in. And you can do this to the point where it becomes natural, and you just do it all the time as a matter of routine. And I'll never forget, I met with one of the priests of the Self-Realization Fellowship of Paramahansa Yogananda. I had been practicing it very, very religiously, and I asked him if I could do the meditation that is taught through the mantra that is taught through Self-Realization Fellowship, but if I could use this hara to help magnify the practice for me. And I could tell he went back and he was starting to contact probably Paramahansa Yogananda, who had died years before, but he's still alive. He's still with us. And he said, yes, You can do that. So that's always pretty awesome. So that's the exercise that I have decided that I will continue. Um, and it is used to increase vitality, strengthen your organs, and promote self healing. It also increases your immune system. Um, it's called a cleaning breath. It is a powerful, natural healing exercise for both health preservation and self healing, as well as for increasing your inner vitality. And it makes this connection to access the infinite, the deathless state that we are all a part of. So this is pretty cool. So we just discussed how to do this, and I think it's a good idea to just start breathing that way as a matter of routine. Breathe through your, well, and then of course as we breathe through the abdomen with the in and the out breath, we're actually cleansing everything in the body. We are creating a coherent field with our heart and our brain, and the heart is the thing that helps us to access the energy that I'm speaking of. There will be a video that shows up right here. Take a look and tell me what you think about the quantum fields. There are so many ways to access these fields, but I think through the breath is the most wise way of doing so. And subscribe, because I wish to get 1,000 subscriptions by the end of the year, if not before. Bye-bye.